Welcome to the weekly shir for the Zer Shimshon. This is Parshas Tetzave this week, and we're learning from the Zer Shimshon. It's Friday, Erev Shabbos, and it's also Yud Adar Aleph. And we're learning from the Zer Shimshon and Kapitel Daled. It's the shortest one in this week's Parsha, so I'll keep it short, and I have a special story for you at the end. Actual story I heard. So the Gemara, as Baba Brasser brings in Perek Hey and Daf Ayin Hey Omid Aleph, it says, Samti Kad Koid Shimsho Shayach. It brings the pasuk, and I'll read it, the pasuk in Isaiah, which is Yeshaya, that's read in the Shabbat Shanachamta Parshas Re'eh. Okay, this is Ania Se'ar Yara Loi Nuchama Hine anechi marbitz bepuch avanayich v'yisadetich b'sapirim. Unhappy, storm-tossed one, uncomforted, I will lay carbuncles and as your building stones and make your foundations of sapphire. Okay, then it says, Samti, this is the pasuk he's quoting here, Kad koid shimshoi sayech b'sha'arayich le'avnei ekdach. I will make your battlements, rubies means your fortresses, right? Rubies, v'kol gevuleich le'avnei chafetz, and your gates of precious stones, the whole encircling wall of gems. So Gemara discusses this as a machlekes. It's interesting Gemara, but I'm not going to quote the whole thing. It's a very fascinating Gemara. Somebody wants to look over there at Ayin Hey. Samti kad koid shimshoi shaychad Omer. One of the Amoraim said, or one of the angels, Omar, the Shoyham. One said, which jewel was it? Which precious stone was it? It was the Shoyham. Omar, and one says it was the Yoshve. Okay, so we don't know exactly what these stones are. I'm not even going to go into it. Omar, because there's two, you look in Rabbi Kaplan and he brings at least two opinions, if not three, for each of the stones. Omar, Kadosh Baruch Lahavi Kedain u'Kedain. So Kadosh Baruch said this would be like both. Lama dafka yiu. Why are the walls of Yerushalayim in the future, this is Ba'asilavai, become made of these two stones? Okay? So it says, Yesh the Tarz, because on these two stones, on the Avnei Choshen, were written the names of Yosef and Binyamin. Kasuv b'Sefer Shiltei Giborim Zel Shayneh, and the Sefer Shiltei Giborim writes Shashoyam Yoyel Zechira Uleinaim, that the Shoyam helps for memory and for the eyes. Uhu Toiv Lehe Ashir, and it also benefits you to become wealthy. Uhu Melamed Lashon Ha'adam Lehelitz Ledaber B'Chachma Lahavi Nachidas Vanelamis. It also helps a person speak with wisdom and to understand things that are secrets of riddles that are hidden. It almost brings him to prophecy. Not bad for a stone, right? But this stone was given to represent Yosef because he had good eyes, because it says Ben Peiros Yosef, Ben Peiros Ali Ayin. He was able to control his eyes and not look at all the girlies in Egypt. Okay, and he had also a very good memory, like it says, Vayizkar Yosef, quoting a pasuk. And he was a wise man, and he was able to interpret dreams. He had a spark of Ruach HaKodesh, which is Nevuah. It's a little bit of Nevuah. It says, after Hashem has revealed this person to understand so much, and he was a very matzliach, very successful over there in Egypt. In order to hint to that the future, God will fill, the knowledge of God will fill up the entire world. There'll be a lot of success excuse me, a good memory. You are chaymais meshoyam. Therefore, the walls should be from this stone. Omanda Omar Yashpe, the other one says it should be from the other stone. I know Mashakosov Sham Haravana, what the Shelby Gibaim writes. Shayashpe Segulasai Lishmar Ha'adam Shalayitnalai Hasamim Hamemisim. The segula of the Yashve is that he shouldn't be given poisonous drugs. V'niten leBinyamin is given for Binyamin Liskar Loi Zachus Imai Shiyalda Isachai. There was a merit of his mother that gave birth to him when he was alive. But he unfortunately, Rachel didn't make it. But she didn't damage him with her. She could have also killed him when they was giving birth. The Isa b'Yalkut brought down the Yalkut in Parshas Bracha. Al Pasuk it says, "V'bein keseifa shochin." It says by Binyamin, between his shoulders it should rest. It's talking about Beis Hamikdash nivna bechelka shel Binyamin. The Beis Hamikdash is built in the portion of Binyamin, the fisha kol hashvatim hayo b'mechirasei shel Yosef chutz miBinyamin, because all the brothers were in the sale, somehow involved in the sale of Yosef, except for Binyamin. V'im yivnu Haim Beis Hamikdash v'yelchol Yishpalo Sham, and if they go there and they built it in their portion, they go there to daven. Shirachim HaKadosh Baruch Aleim v'lei hayunanim. They would be try to get mercy from Hashem, and they wouldn't be answered. That's like they didn't want to be merciful on their brother Yosef. Why does it say with his stone with the Yashve? The mashma yesh peh is composed of two words, yesh peh. The fisha Binyamin dafka yesh lei peh leizbalo lakadosh baruch hu yiracham esav. Dafka Binyamin has the power that to pray by his section in the Beis Hamikdash, and they have mercy on the Jewish people. Mashein kein shar hashvatim. This is not true for the other shvatim, other tribes. Because no, because Baruch said it should be like both. Because both of the Yosef and Binyamin were the sons of Rachel. Rachel was refusing to be comforted. It says a pasuk, unhappy, storm-tossed, uncomforted one. There's Samti Kadkoid is two, it's like implicating two stones, again representing her two sons. Why did they call the walls Shimshai Sayach? Just like the sun, Shimshai Sayach, right? It said go according to, in other words, everything goes according to the sun's light. So the goyim will be illuminated by the walls of Yerushalayim. Kedarmina, like it says in Baba Basra, the Kadosh Baruch will make a sukkah for the tzaddikim from the hide of the Leviathan, and Zacha Aisim Le Sukkah. So if he's Zoicha, they will make him a Sukkah. Le Zacha Aisim Le Tziltzal. If they're not Zoicha, they will make him into a Tziltzal. It says in the Gemara there, Omar Rava, Omar Rabbi Yechanin, Asid HaKadosh Baruch Hu, La'aseh Sukkah L'Tzadikim Yo'erei Shel Leviyasan. Shenemar Tismali Sukkah is Oirei. No, so he will prepare a sukkah for the righteous from the skin of the Leviathan. And it is said, can you fill his skin with barbed irons? Sukkah. If one is deserving, the Zacha Oisim Le Sukkah. If one is deserving of being called righteous, an entire sukkah is prepared for him from the skin of the Leviathan. If one is Le Zacha, was not deserving of this honor, Then what does he go? He says, Oisim like tziltzol, shenemar b'tziltzol dagi moishai. If one is not deserving, a covering is prepared for his head, as it is stated, or his head with fish spears. Okay, that's the Gemara. And it says, Zacha asim lai zacha asim. If they zaichem, then they can. There's another version of this. If he's deserving at least of this reward, he's covering. A covering is prepared for him. If he is not deserving, a necklace. That's an anak. It says in the pasuk, anakim legargo esecha. If he's again not deserving, a necklace is prepared for him. As it is stated, necklaces for your necks. That's a pasuk in Proverbs, in Mishlei. If one is deserving, it says zacha aisim le'anak, le'zacha aisim le'kamiyah. Shenemar tikshuru ernu le'narei secha. If he's deserving, he gets a necklace. He's not deserving, he gets an amulet prepared for him from the skin of the Leviathan. Smaller and smaller things, right? Or, as it says, and you will bind for your maidens. That is, a smaller amulet is prepared from like amulets tied on children's necks. Then it says, V'hashar parsai hakadosh baruch hu al achai ma'is Yerushalayim. The remainder is remaining of the skin is spread over the walls of Yerushalayim. This has got to be a huge animal, okay? And its glory radiates from one end of the world until the other end, as it is stated. And v'hochu goyim la'oirech u'melachim la'noiga zarchech. Your nation shall walk in your light, and the kings at the brightness of your rising. Okay, now I got a little story that I actually had this week. I heard. School is a personal story about somebody that my daughter knows personally. Our daughter's friend has tremendous yeshua in America, the Zera Shimshon. Just a little bit, you'd say. Last year, the friend's husband lost his job. I won't go into details, but anyway, with no income, the couple could not afford to pay the $28,000 tuition at their children's school. Meanwhile, the friend heard about the Zera Shimshon and publicized the study of the book using WhatsApp. Okay, just this week, the Zion Adar, she received a letter from the school that her tuition balance was 0. Okay, anonymous donor had sponsored their tuition in 9 payments. Then when she checked the date that the payments had started, it exactly corresponded to the very date she started promoting the learning of the Zera Shimshon. See, it does work. Okay, segulos do work. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Kol Tuv Zay gebenched. Kol Tuv.